infestation. Oh crap, it's open on both sides. Okay. Oh, lumberjack. Christ. That's our friggin' royal too. New way to fix chemical brain damage from drug overdoses without mech serum. Your Mechantor had one too many. Cool. I know there was very few things it could do, and they had a big update where it added a lot more to it. You could make them a vampire. You could make them a single phage if you want. You could put them on Luciferium, do... I know it does scars. Luciferium do the chemical damage. Can't remember. Defoliator ship. It's the first one of those we've had in a long time. 14 Tesseron. That's one of the very rare things that Luciferium doesn't fix. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Will a vampire heal that one over time? 3 Diabolus. Well, yeah, we're just gonna leave that there forever. Nice target for the mortars. That's where those mechs live now. That's their portion of the map. That's their home. There's a max range. Yes, there's on a defoliator. It's 100 tile max range. Randy gave us new defense. What's he doing here? He's moving in on Cassandra. Seems like he would do that sort of thing. What a jerk. I can absolutely kill them, but we don't need to, so there's no reason to. Adam, why are you making all those shelves face a different direction than the other cooler?
No.
Adam, please don't do it. Think of the children. It's already done. It can't be undone. It's impossible. Adam, please. Fix it. Shelves, the shelves. Raiders can't drop out on shelves. No, they cannot. I mean, this is overhead mountains. They couldn't drop there anyway, but no. Raiders cannot center drop on top of a tile with a shelf, no. Does the pollution not matter? Not really. Like, the pollution's going to spread even slower. So, yeah, okay. Like, here's the last defoliator ship area that we had. Means very little. And by very little, I mean it has meant nothing. Literally nothing. I'm really curious how this end game event's going to be with this colony. I'm not too worried about it, but, I mean, we are using some abstract kill setups, so there is a possibility we get overwhelmed. If it rolls, like, the 2 raids every time, so the 1 raid, we could absolutely be overwhelmed. Defoliator ships are permanent now. They are if you don't destroy them. What do you mean? Oh, the pollution. The pollution that they cause is going to stay there unless you do something about it, but the actual defoliator part itself, the red circle is like actual pollution. It's not the defoliator ring. Those are 2 separate things, yeah. So the defoliator ring goes away, then the defoliator goes away, but any pollution it caused while it was there remains until you deal with it. But I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it. All right. Now I can finish up our work. So are we good on the marine armor? It looks like we have a couple left. Yeah, I think we're pretty much ready. I'm not going to go through and get bionics on everyone. Like, we could literally just keep preparing. I could get more
Our modest fellowship
people.
expands.
I could
Praise the sub.
get bionics. I'm just going to go after we get the marine armor. We are going into the end game event. I wonder what I'm having for dinner tonight. Some of these rare occasions where I'm not sure what I'm having tonight. Oh, we're having tacos. That's right. Taco Monday. Oh, man. I gotta stop doing stuff like that. All right. Anyway, royalty ending. We just got our countess. Oh, is this the royalty song? Hang on. So there is a royalty song that only plays when you have a count or countess. I think this is it. I can't remember. So there is a song that only plays when you have high-ranking royalty people. It's kind of cool. I never fixed this either. Did those get destroyed? I feel like those had to have gotten destroyed at one point. Oh yeah, I was supposed to name Vat and Baby Dwarf when they came of age. So let's get some names. It's been a while since we named someone. Let's see here. All right, Tater. Welcome in. And one more. Characters with your custom xenotype to appear in the world, not until the next patch goes live. Right now it's not without a mod, but there is a patch on the test branch. So right now custom xenos cannot appear out in the world, but when the new patch comes, they will be able to, yeah. It's Zeddy. There you go. Marriage is on. Hash Monkey and Anzer. I don't want you guys swimming together. I don't need any more baby dwarves running around. I don't need anyone going into labor in the middle of our ending scenario, you know? So you guys just chill out. How many more marine armors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish. I think some of those are too young to wear them. So, Lord. Yeah, the next run we will be going through the queue much more quickly. Dig this out. That update allow custom Xenotype pawns to join from rituals. Yes, but it's not a guarantee. They will be able to, because it's going to pull from world pawns, but it's not a guarantee they're going to be the Xenotype. Nutrifungus was added with ideology. Can you grow Nutrifungus outside of ideology? You can't do fungal gravel without ideology. I think Nutrifungus is still tied to ideology. Definitely fungal gravel is. Infestation. Oh crap, it's open on both sides. Okay. Melee block, melee block. Get out. Oh, lumberjack. Christ. That's our friggin' royal too. Way to go, melee block in there. Leontios, I'm gonna go with. Way to go. But yeah, that's max size infestation now. They nerfed them. Infestation's not too scary. Yeah, throw that EMP grenade in there. That'll take care of him. What's that Empire guy? Oh my god, he did. Get out. Get out. Empire guy. Chill out. Set the whole thing on fire. That would cause way more problems. Yeah, way more. Yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, they nerfed infestations. That's the max size now. Yeah, with Randy, you can roll up to 30. With Cassandra and Phoebe, only 20. No more 45 hive infestations. Are bugs turned off? Let me check. Yes, there are no infestations. Which colonist died in a doorway? That's not a colonist. That's not even a real person. Just some Empire traitor. I don't know. Yeah, just some Empire guy. I don't know. I don't know who they are. Is it new that pawns fire without being drafted? Nope. That's been the game forever as well. Go to assign, switch them over to attack instead of ignore or flee. So as long as they're not incapable of violence, you can set that up. Just click on this and change it to whatever you want them to do when they see an enemy. Are the mushrooms because of door theme? Are they actually better than hydroponics? It's because they're tunnelers. So mushrooms have a lot of good things going for them. One, you don't need any electricity. So you don't need hydroponics. You don't need sun lamps. They grow in the dark. They have to have it in the dark. So, and we're getting a mood buff just from eating the mushrooms. Fungus preferred. 8 cooked fungus plus 3. So yeah, because we're tunnelers. Is this the same run that's on YouTube? It is. Yep. It is. Floor baby. You're old enough to do stuff now, floor baby. So now you're gonna do stuff. Hope you like doing stuff. Oh, he's old enough to get a foot now too. Love the new shells. Yeah, it is a nice thing to have. We've got 27 colonists. They're gonna basically eat 3 meals a day because of their genes. So ship launch 15 days. I guess we could be safe and get like 150 plus fine or lavish meals. You got a kidney before you got a foot. It's just what it's like being a dwarf. That's just what it's like. Oh, sorry. When I was thinking out loud, so yes, 90 a day is how much they were going to eat. So the thing that I was doing in my head was I was considering the 100 and whatever I said per day. I guess I should have clarified. So that's why I was doing so many shells for food. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't vocalize the end of or the complete part of my food plan. A wanderer joins. What? A gourmand and capable of violence. Normally you would be a sacrifice. We're not sacrificing because we're mostly noble dwarves. So instead of sacrificing them, we'll send them out to trade. They're definitely a mule that we care about a lot. And we don't want anything to happen to them. That is the honest truth of the situation.
Praise the sub.
What's some other junk that we want to get rid of? If they actually, I mean, when they make it there, they can trade this stuff. When they arrive, because they're definitely not going on a one-way trip. Absolutely not. They don't have enough food for 4.1 days. They probably do. This warning is more of a suggestion, I'm sure. I mean, it is a 3.5 day trip. So having 4.1 days of food, that should be fine. Have enough food for this? It depends. Are you planning on coming back? Yeah. You know what? Children, you're probably already good enough. Let's rip down your school. No, we don't really need to. He just wants to rip down the school for no reason. All right. Choppa. Oh, there's already wood there, right? Ended up getting rid of that area back when, no, I didn't. Don't listen to me. Go get the wood. Guess there's nowhere to store it. Don't worry, I got this. I can't see how this could go wrong. Can't imagine anything going badly in there. All right, Defa Mule out on the road. Nuclear Rhino in the nude. He's got like those clown buttons tattooed. Oh, he found a marine armor. He's good. We might stop scanning soon too. I mean, I guess those people don't have like anything else they need to do, but I think we're pretty good on the scanning. Here's our overflow mushrooms. It's kind of where mules need to get moved to. There we go. More people on hauling. Man, maybe I should have gotten animals this, but I mean, as part of the themed run, we are just really bad with animals. Where's the ship? We're not building the ship. We're doing a royalty ending. There is no ship. If we were doing ship launch, we would have done like a week ago. I was going to start naming off dwarven enemies, but I'm not sure which one would be most applicable to this one. The dark spawn, they're the dark spawn. These are the deep roads. Is building the ship the easiest ending? I mean, no. I guess it depends on what you mean by easiest. The easiest ending, even though it's way longer, is the Arco Nexus. Arco Nexus, instead of 15 days of constant raids, you go attack a handful of mechs. What do you think will be their next major DLC? I don't know. I hope they go with some kind of world map thing, like maritime. The easiest ending is dying. What's the easiest and quickest ending? It's playing against Randy on a jungle map. You spawn in, you get your first berries, you eat it, you get food poisoning. You start going over to try to work on your hut while you're throwing up. You are given the plague, and then you get the notification that you're being hunted. That's probably the easiest and fastest ending in my experience. That's so common. That's so common if you do that. Wonder how many runs if you do Naked Brutality, Randy Jungle, how many are just in that way in the first like 5 days. Pretty big portion of them, I'd say. Oh yeah, heat stroke. Add that in there too. Do we have enough beer for this event? Yeah, we do. We got plenty. Day 1 food poisoning, heat stroke, plague, hunted. Should have played better. Every Naked Brutality run you start takes multiple attempts to actually get started. Not even from dumb mistakes, just stuff like that. That's one reason why a lot of times, and especially in the stream environment, a lot of times I'll just roll my first Naked Brutality pawn as super immune, just so that like we're not restarting over and over. It's kind of like a fun, novel little thing to happen a few times, but you know, when you're trying to get something going, yeah, just roll super immune tough to start out. Speaking of super immune and tough, those are both featured in my traits guide, out now on YouTube. !traits. So if you haven't seen the beginning, like even if you don't like really long VODs, you don't want to watch the whole thing, you know, it's whatever. If you go to my ideology run, or my first fluid ideology run, it's the absolute most RimWorld starting episode of any playthrough that I've done. It's naked tribal brutality in the jungle against Randy on 500%, and he just shows how god-awful he can be. There's so many RimWorld stories just from that first episode. Pretty much everything possible that can go wrong goes wrong constantly, just over and over. And what's terrible about it too is that map is like a insanely good map. It's like one of those god seed maps, right? And so a lot of other people at the stream were also trying the same seed, and all of them had the same thing happening, and everyone was like, all right, I quit that friggin' map. And so, oh man, Lucy Lou the prostitute story in that first episode is really crazy. Meals in black. We literally were laying down dying with our only pawn multiple times. Someone came to the stream on like the 3rd episode of that. And we were like 4 years in and we finished our first research for like complex furniture. I was like, yeah, we researched beds. It only took us like 4 years. And then someone came in and they were like, has this really been going for 4 years? It seems like you've done very little. And I was like, yes, it does seem like that. It does seem like that. Randy made sure that we did very little. Thank you. Thanks for noticing the struggle, yeah. Yeah, people sometimes ask me if a mech cluster can actually land on top of you or close by. So we had a big map. There was lots of opening. But like at the entrance to our base, let's say we have a base like right here. Like this is our little base. We had a mech cluster land right here. It was like, what? It was like connected to our base. Like, why? Why are you doing this to me? Cursed with entertainment value. It was fun. It was fun. In a sort of suffering, constantly sort of way. Why did I put the benches flush to the wall? There's actually a reason for it. There's actually a reason for it in this run. And that's because I need the melee block able to be done. So let me draw it out since those are already done. Show you what I mean. All right, we got this 13 by 13, right? 7 in, there's the door. There's the door. 7 in, there's the door. There's the door. If I put fabrication like this, I can no longer triple melee block. And that is very important in mountain maps, especially early game and mid game against infestations. So every single door that I place, I need to have the opening of where that door is. I need it to have all 3 of those spaces available so that we can body block and kill infestations easily. And so that's the entire purpose of all the base layout, really. That's why there are these little sections right here so that I can melee block bugs there. So that's why in this run, you'll see that like I try to keep the door clear of 3 tiles pretty much everywhere that there's doors, if bugs can spawn there. Like here, bugs can't spawn here, so I don't care about that one. This one actually I should probably move, but yeah, that's why. Hopefully that makes sense. And initially I was going to put a door down here. So again, I wanted the melee block. All right, let's take a look here. Okay, good. So we have this going so that we can get mood increase while the end game event is happening. Use Rim Threaded or Rocketman? Rocketman, yep. Rocketman, I don't usually turn Rocketman on until a late mid game, and the reason why is Rocketman actually screws up some things like on map generation. So sometimes I will share a map seed and people will be like, all my geothermals are completely different, or mine doesn't have an ancient danger at all, but yours does, or the ancient danger is in a different place on the map. Rocketman changes some of that stuff for some weird reason, so I'll usually start the game without it, and then as we start getting into the point where it really, really needs it, then I enable it. Yeah, so Rocketman can even change the factions on a world map, and I don't know why. So if you have Rocketman enabled, and you go generate a world, and then you back out and you generate that same exact seed, the faction names and locations can be different. Sandra will be hitting us again soon. Hasn't Caravan arrived? Shh. I mean, all right, let's definitely start our return trip of this. Hey, where'd you get those packaged survivor meals from? They picked those up from the old Pigman raid? Ridiculous. My raid capped? Oh yeah, I've been raid capped for like,
Your steadfast loyalty is
5 years in the game.
appreciated.
Yeah, we've been raid capped for a really long time. God, why are some beds upside down? They're not. They're not. Don't worry about it. Some turrets shooting down here. I thought I heard something. Must have just been the wind. Must have just been the wind. Is raid cap like 350,000? Raid cap happens on 500% at around 250,000. So it depends a bit on your playstyle and how many pawns and things you have. But on average, you hit raid cap on 500% right around 250,000. So we can actually go back and see when that was hit. Let's see here. So we hit raid cap right about here. Day 400. So it was actually not as far back as I thought. It's about 2 years. 2 years ago in the game, not 3 years ago. Is raid cap different for all storytellers? No, not exactly. So how raid cap works is there's the cap on raids is 10,000 raid points. 10,000 raid point is the cap. However, Randy has a modifier where he can roll anywhere from 0.5 to 1.5. So technically, I guess the raid cap on Randy is 15,000, but it still shows 10,000 in the game files. It's just that it can roll past that with his specific coding, and often it doesn't, but it can technically. Now, if you're on any difficulty under 100%, you will never hit raid cap, because wealth stops being calculated at 1,000,000 wealth. So if you're playing on anything under 100%, you will get to 1,000,000 wealth before you're at raid cap, and you'll never hit raid cap. Have I ever played with mods that disable the raid cap? Kind of. Winston Waves went up to 25,000 wealth as the cap, and then he could have special rolls where he could double it. So we did do a bunch of Winston Waves runs where it got up to stupid high numbers. I'm talking like 200 centipedes on the map at once. How do you wake up sleeping robots? They changed the cheese on it. You need to hit them something. Use a mortar, use the long range weapon. If they have the red circle, the activator around them, you can send like someone down there, send an animal. If they have the red activator, you can go build something that has HP near them. But you can no longer spam sleeping spots to wake them up. They fixed that in 1.4. Surely they'll make it back. Surely. What a tragedy if another mule dies on the road. I just don't know if I'll be able to live with myself. Yeah, I think we will be ready after this. Like, there's a lot more things I could do. I can make another one of these tunnels here in case this one gets into disrepair, but we're gonna just be risky about it. We're gonna play risky a little bit. How we doing on those marine armors, guys? We gotta be close. Oh, we're done. We're done with the marine armor. Nice. Now I'm gonna put those down to 1. Can you paint sterile tile? Let me check. Yes. Oh yeah, I had a ton of fun in Winston Waves. It's funny too, when I started playing Winston Waves, it started revitalizing the RimWorld stream a little bit too, because I don't know why, but a lot more people started coming in than normal, and I was having a lot of fun with it. And it was just a really awesome thing. And then suddenly I noticed like a bunch of the other streamers started playing Winston Waves also, and then we kind of got to compare like what people were doing. It was just all around really fun. Why did you have to die there? Mule, we're gonna get the debuff for you being left unburied. How could you be so inconsiderate? Mule, how could you be so inconsiderate? Put a stockpile over him, it'll still show him as left unburied. They made it back. We've actually buried every other colonist that died in this because we're mostly honorable dwarves, so we should probably go take care of it. But is Cassandra off cooldown? I might have just screwed myself over. Cassandra's off cooldown. So unfortunately, our new mule entered the map in a poor location, and through no fault of my own, even though I was not paying attention and could have definitely grabbed them and gotten around this, through no fault of my own, they came in here and they got downed. And usually I wouldn't care too much, but we're gonna get left unburied. We're gonna get the left unburied. So we will end up having to go take care of this before the launch. Now we could shoot a mortar down here, like an incendiary, but the rain will come and put it out, so it really sucks. Anyway, we gotta wait until Cassandra hits us because I don't want to get caught out. I don't want to get caught out, and it's really far away. This is a big map. That's like about as far away as it could get. We also got this here. I guess best case scenario would be like some pirates come in here and they attack this and they destroy them or they kidnap them, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So yeah, we're just gonna end up getting the left unburied hit, I guess. We could do some rituals in order to get mood up before that happens, but I want to save those for the ship event. So where's the room for the royal? It's down here in the McDonald's area of the base. So we got our McDonald's Happy Meal throne, and then we got, hey Baba, what are you doing there? You're not a royal. Baba, for God's sake. That's for the royal. That's for the royal. You know what? You can sleep there until the royal shows up, I guess. But yeah, there's where the royal will end up being. So there is more stuff that we could get ready for the end game event. So let me explain while we're waiting on Cassandra to hit again, how the end game event is going to work. So basically, there's going to be a timer for about 15 days, and the game can roll either 1 or 2 raids within a day-and-a-half period. So every day and a half, we'll get hit by either 1 or 2 raids. They can be very close together. Sometimes you get lucky and there are two enemy raids very close together and they just fight. And if we survive those 15 while keeping the Stellark in good spirits and all that kind of stuff, we will beat the game and we'll get to the credits. Now, like I said, we could get unlucky. We could get like 20 plus raids, or we could get really lucky and get like 15 raids or fewer or something. So we'll have to see. Last time I did a ship launch event, we had almost the maximum number of raids you could have, which was kind of frustrating. The storytellers don't matter for the for these events. These ones are their own separate thing. Now, are you asking if storytellers can continue with events during that? Yes, they can continue with events during that. So it isn't like all other events get shut off. But yeah, the events themselves are a separate thing in the coding that regardless, even Phoebe would have the same like ship event, for instance. Now, there's a lot of things that we could do to prepare more. I could hang around until we got bionics on everyone. I could upgrade the last few of our weapons that aren't legendary or masterwork into those. You know, I could set up burn tunnels and additional backup chain shotgun tunnels and all that kind of stuff. But there's a few things with that. One, I just don't feel like doing it because I'm kind of done with the run. I did enjoy the run, but to be honest, at late game like this, it gets really slow, especially when it starts lagging a bit. And we could have beaten this like a week ago, probably. But I've been waiting for us to get the royal title. So now that we have the royal title, we're going to wrap things up. Sure doesn't care about the 15 dwarves he raised since birth. Excuse me, I don't care about the 20 dwarves I raised since birth. Come on. Hey, late game when the struggle's over. Yeah, a lot of games have that problem. And I mean, it's technically possible we could still lose, right? Cassandra could still do a 1-2 hit punch that was just the perfect raids, and you know, we could lose. It is technically possible. We're not immortal. We're not incapable of a loss. But it would be a tall order outside of a ship launch type event for us to lose. A lot of games have that kind of late game problem. The games that I think about mostly that have that are like 4X games. So in a 4X game, there is a point where you know you've won. You know you've won, and it feels like you just need to go through the motions. I've had that happen a lot with like Civilization. So in Civilization, I'll be like, all right, I'm going to do a conquest victory. A conquest victory where I just kill everyone off. And there's a point where I'm so far ahead of everyone else, like we're in like friggin' space age, and we're like dropping nukes on people with muskets, you know? And it's like, all right, well, there's no way anyone can ever stand against us at this stage, but I still have to go through the motions of conquering everywhere. And it gets kind of tedious. Same thing with like, yeah, Stellaris. You know which game doesn't really have that happen? Honestly, are games like Crusader Kings. And maybe it's because you're playing in a compacted time frame, and there's so many different options and how succession works. But anyway, that's a different side of things. But it does happen a lot in 4X and grand strategy games in general. Like even in Total War. Total War, it'll happen depending on which victory you're doing. Total War has that which you hate. Yeah, that's one reason I really like the different victory conditions in Total War Warhammer. In Total War Warhammer, there are 4 victory conditions, and you can just choose which one to do and like kind of end the game on. But if you do like a conquest victory in Total War Warhammer, you're in for the long haul. There is a stage where you're like, all right, I have like 30 armies. I have like 10 max level lords, and I'm just like snowballing the world. I just gotta wait. Anyway, I saw somewhere the other day where someone referred to a game in like the same era as like the first Dark Souls, like right around there. It might have not been Dark Souls, but they referred to it as a retro game. And in that moment, my face shriveled up. You know, my face is shriveled up and wrinkled, you know. I aged like 40 years. Someone's talking about RTS games or whatever, and someone actually was calling StarCraft 2 like a retro RTS. I was like, hang on a minute. I shriveled up and became Granny. Man, I'm just waiting for Cassandra to hit us so we can go take care of this. Colonists left unburied, minus 10.
Back. Your steadfast loyalty.
All right, we'll sell a bunch of this junk. A bunch of this junk that I was going to put on that mule, but then they went and got themselves killed through no fault of my own. I cannot be blamed for the things that I have done. Hey, James, can you do me a favor? James, just do me a solid. You see this? I need you to shoot that instead of the turret that's trying to kill you. Just 94 damage, James. Just 94 damage, just right here. Just right into this mule. James, come on, man. NB, can you do this? Smelly, maybe? Smelly, you got a knife. You take care of this real there. Yes, James. Maybe some missed shots will take out that dead mule. We did it. We've done it. We destroyed that. I mean, to be honest, we did kill most of the mech cluster, but anyway.